Hi, I'm Trev Hutchings, and this is how to create professional drum tracks in Pro Tools. For this video, click on Songwriter. Type in a name for your project. Then click on Create. Now click on the drum track to select it. This will make sure the new tracks we add are added directly below the drums track. Now click on Track at the top of the screen. Then click on New. Type in 2 in the text box to the right of the word Create. Then click on the drop list that says Mono. And click on Stereo on the pop-up menu. Now click on the drop list that says Audio Track. And click on Instrument Track on the pop-up menu. Now type Drums into the text box to the right of the word Name. Then click on Create. Next, click on the Output drop list for the new tracks. Then click on Bus on the pop-up menu. Then click on Mix Bus. For this video, I will create pro drum tracks for kick, snare and hi-hat. If you want toms and cymbals, add more new instrument tracks. Now click on Xpand 2 on the first drum track. Then click on the preset drop list. Click on Drums on the pop-up menu. Then click on New Groove. You can choose any drum kit you like, but the point here is to use the same drum kit for all drum tracks. So the FX1 and FX2 settings in Xpand 2 are the same for each drum track. Now click on the Record Enable icon so it is flashing. So you can hear the drums on the drum track when you play the drum sounds. Now click on the on-off icon on sound patches B, C and D, as we will only be using a kick drum on this track. Next, click on A in the Smart Knob section. This selects the modifiers for sound patch A. Then press on the C1 Select knob icon and drag up and down the screen to move the knob position, and press the C1 key on your MIDI keyboard to hear the different kick sounds as you move the C1 Select knob. Then press on the C1 Tune knob and drag up and down the screen to change the kick pitch. If you don't have a MIDI keyboard, hold down the Shift key and press the K key on your computer keyboard. And this virtual MIDI keyboard window will appear. Then click on Z 2 times, so octave says C1. Then press the A key on your keyboard to hear the kick. Or press the A key on the virtual keyboard image. Next, click on Easy on the Smart Knob section. This selects the modifiers for all 4 sound patches. Press on the decay knob icon and drag up and down the screen to change the length of the kick sound. Finally, press on the level fader and drag left to reduce the kick volume or right to increase the kick volume. The pan knob icon is already set to center, so doesn't need changing. Now on the drum track header, click on the reverb send. Then drag the fader on the pop-up window up the screen to add some reverb to the kick drum. Next, click on the channel strip. Then drag the dots on the EQ grid to adjust the bass and treble of the kick drum. Now click on the first insert slot on the second drum track. Click on Multi-Channel Plugin on the pop-up menu. Click on Air Music Technology on the pop-up menu. Then click on Xpand 2. Now click on the preset drop list. Click on Drums on the pop-up menu. And click on New Groove. Now hold down the Shift key and press on the Record Enable icon on the first drum track. So both the first and second drum track icons are flashing red. This is so you can hear both drum tracks at the same time. Now click on Sound Patch A. Click on Drums on the pop-up menu and click on Snares Selector X2. Then click on the On-Off icon on C and D to turn C and D off. Here we will combine A and B to create our snare drum sound. Now drag the pan icons for A and B down the screen until it says about 20L in the edit message box. This will pan the snare drum to the left of the kick drum. Next, click on A in the Smart Knob section. Then drag the E1 Select knob icon to change the drum sound of sound patch A. Then drag the E1 Tune knob icon to change the pitch. Press the E1 MIDI key to hear the snare changes. Then click on B on the Smart Knob section. And drag the E1 Select knob icon and the E1 Tune knob icon to change the sound of the B sound patch. Now click on Easy and drag the Decay knob icon to change the length of both snare drum sound patches. Next, drag the level sliders for A and B to balance the sound of both sound patches. You can also press the C1 MIDI key as well as the E1 MIDI key to balance the snare drum with the kick drum. Now click on the first Send slot on the second drum track. Click on Bass on the pop-up menu. Then click on Reverb Send. Then drag the level fader on the pop-up window to add reverb to the snare drum. Next, click on the second insert slot on the second drum track. Click on Multi-Channel Plugin on the pop-up menu. Click on Avid on the pop-up menu. And click on Channel Strip. Then drag the dots on the EQ graph to change the bass and treble of the snare drum. Now click on the first insert slot on the third drum track. Then click on Multi-Channel Plugin on the pop-up menu. Click on Air Music Technology and click on Xpand 2. Now click on the preset drop list. Click on Drums on the pop-up menu. Then click on New Groove. Now hold down the Shift key and click on the Record Enable icon on drum tracks 1 and 2. So the icon on all 3 drum tracks is flashing red, and so you'll be able to hear the drums on all 3 tracks. Now click on Sound Patch A. Click on Drums on the pop-up menu and click on Hi-Hats menu. Then click on the on-off icon on B, C and D to turn them off. Now drag the pan knob icon for A up the screen until it says about 20R in the edit message box. This will position the hi-hat to the right of the kick drum. Now drag up on the transpose icon until it says +10. This will shift the correct hi-hat sound to the F1 MIDI key. Now drag up on the low key icon until it says F1. This will stop the other hi-hat sounds triggering on the kick and snare keys. Next, click on A in the Smart Knob section. Press the F1 MIDI key to hear the hi-hat and drag the delay knob icon to change the hi-hat length. Then drag the pitch knob icon to change the hi-hat pitch. Next, press the E1 MIDI key for the snare and the F1 MIDI key for the hi-hat and drag the hi-hat level slider to balance the snare drum and the hi-hat. Now click on the first send slot on the third drum track. Click on bus on the pop-up menu. Then click on reverb send. Then drag the level fader on the pop-up window to add reverb to the hi-hat. Next, click on the second insert slot on the third drum track. Click on multi-channel plugin. Click on Avid and click on channel strip. Then drag the dots on the EQ graph to change the bass and treble of the hi-hat. Now record a drum beat by clicking on the P icon, then clicking on the play icon and playing your MIDI keyboard, then clicking on the stop icon. If you enjoyed this video, do give us a thumbs up and click on that subscribe button. Cheers.